Oh, what's up? Let's talk about it. There's an old rumored story. Back when Ebro was the director or whatever for music over Hot 97, when he was the program director at Hot 97, there is a rumor that back in the day, Suge Knight either called him or he ran into Suge Knight. Suge Knight talked to him and ran into him, and apparently Ebro had made these promises that they were gonna play Suge's artist music. I don't know if it was Young Swoop or who it was at the time, but the story goes either a phone call or they ran into each other, but the contact went down and Suge was, "Hey, you Ebro Darden, right?" And Ebro was, "Yes, I'm Ebro Darden. Yeah, I'm program director. Yeah, well, yeah, I know who you are. You Suge, right? Suge Knight, Death Row. Yeah, you done a lot of good things. Right. Okay, well, at least I ain't gotta introduce myself. I got a couple of artists with some projects out, and since, I hear you a man of integrity. You're a man that's always by his word. And since you a man that always keep his word, and you always keeping it real, and you represent the streets, and you represent what's real, that new music, I'm going to send some of my music over there for my artists. I'm going to have him to get you the music, man, so you can go ahead and play it out there on your radio stations. So, because we trying to help these young kids, man. It ain't about me. It ain't about none of that stuff, all that nonsense. We about trying to help these young kids feed their families. I'm all about trying to make these young men, young black men out here in these streets multi-millionaires, so that their kids and their kids can have something in this business. You know what I'm saying? Is that what you about? Oh, I'm all for that. I'm all about trying to help people push the culture forward and do all these things. As far as the negativity, you're right, we don't need it. I will send you my contact info, and I'll have my assistants get back with you so that we can see, and what the artists' names are, what they represent, get some bio, get some literature on it, and yeah, man, I love to listen to it and see, what type of music, and see if it's radio friendly. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. See, that's why I like to talk to you direct, because instead of going through all the middlemen. So yeah, I'm gonna send you a couple of records out there. And apparently, Mr. Darden didn't live up to his obligation, or what he said, or the misinterpretation was wrong of what the conversation was about, what he promised to do, and he felt a little disrespected. So apparently the message that came back was like, so you're not a man of your word. So you're not somebody so you playing games. I'ma see you when I get to New York. And Ebro was apparently shook by this. Apparently. And it was, I'm Ebro, the program director, who's going to have work from home for a couple of days. I'll be staying at a friend's house. And he's in New York. Well, you should feel pretty safe. So, a lot of things went down at that time. And, a lot of stuff apparently happened. But it's a lot of things that I can't say. I want to say it, but I just can't. It would really tie the story together very nicely. But let's just say The miscommunication was supposedly Ebro blamed it on his people and overscheduling and things that they had in place. But apparently he did get the music and said that someone else at the station, they took a vote and he don't get to determine exactly what goes on the station, that they all take a vote and they decide if the song is hot enough to be played. So they said, you know what, we will play the song though. We're going to give it to Flex, somebody to play at, and they played the record at like 2 in the morning or something. 2, 3 in the morning, I think either K Slay played it or somebody played it or whatever. You know, Rick Cool, whoever they could find to pay or spare one of the records, and it didn't get a primetime slot. And Suge was apparently upset by this. Man, that bitch ass Puffy. If Puff, nah. See, cause y'all let that bitch ass Puffy Combs come in there and get every prime slot he want, and his music is terrible. Now he ain't got Biggie Smalls no more. All his music been garbage. Look at all his artists. All his artists done left him, but they keep talking about all the artists leaving Suge Knight and Death Row. Who's still over there with Bad Boy? They ain't got nobody. But they worry about Suge. So that's how it went. It was a lot of rhetoric, a lot of talk, a lot of woofing, a lot of hollering, and basically at that time they were just trying to tell him in the nicest terms, Suge, look, anybody associated with you, we're not finna let prosper. The lead, like the industry had spoken, they're not gonna let you elbow your way back in. And it was sad to say, but at the time, that's just how the energy was back then. So he had to find a new hustle to get back to the game. So that's fresh off the rumor mill. But anyway, I'm out.